Hello and welcome to the third annual The Best Godzilla Fan Films of 2019! Did you win in all caps? Jesus Christ, we need a better title. Kaiju Oscars 2020. Thank you. I'm your host, Kaijuzilla621. Thank you. Shut up! You see, this is the problem with this whole competition. It's just a bunch of toys, all controlled by the master hand. And maybe let Lewis plot some cassettes in there. Oh, okay, alright. Joke. Hey, at least his joke made it, alright? Hey, some other ones, they didn't make it. Because you know what? My Twitter account was hacked recently. I made a bet with NDK Films that whoever finishes filming their movie first wins $100. He lost, by the way. And that's it. But we keep telling him, NDK, finish your movie. Christ. No, you. Fake the Nunzio dropped episode 7 of Zone Fighter. That was a good episode. Sorry. I got to personally watch it at G-Fest myself. Deeply hurt you couldn't join, man. Anyways. G&G fan. So let's get on to the first award. We're going to get to a few honorable mentions, so let's switch over to Kaijuzilla right now. First honorable mention is Godzilla vs. a Stranger by SUPERTOHOREMIX. Now me and SUPERTOHOREMIX, he's let me use some of his remixes and I plan to use some of them in future Godzilla projects, but he did really good with this. Like, out of making just mainly music for what he's known for, this is a very good stop motion, man. Like, stop motion can be done in two different ways, or other ways. Like, I do it the worst way. I just record, move it, and like I film for a long time and the megabytes are higher. But you just take the pictures. I'd really like to see more lights added to this because you mainly got a key light and film key is the main light source, but I'd say add a bit of fill, some backlight, because it's mainly coming down and you could tell really with the sky. I'd say work a little on the sky. They must sell some bigger foam boards, like this green screen, Christ, I don't know. But I think it might be because of how big the boards are for the sky. I'd say just get a big wooden plate from Home Depot. Those work a lot if you just paint them the right way. Add a fill light, just another light on the side, and put like a little piece of paper or some kind of, have to stop it, but some color paper like this. You've seen this like paper they put in gift bags, like get different colors. But I'd say add some of that over the fill light and it won't be as strong as the key light. Maybe some backlight. Really, that's not necessary, but I really like this. Those trees, man. Like those miniature trees you have, I have a lot of them for this movie. God, each of them costs like 12 bucks, like a 4-pack. So I'm glad you utilized some of those because they're pretty good. Nice job. Next honorable mention is by GhostSteel555. He made BARAGON vs. ZILLA claymation. I like this because it's not the standard figures. He actually made his own little clay models and made him move around, some effects here and there. I guess a few things to help out. Maybe just get one of those flat foam boards from Dollar Tree and cover the table. Maybe buy a green one, who knows. And even buy a blue one to cover the white wall up. I think that'd be nice. So nice job. I like this one. Final honorable mention, basically number 7, is Super Godzilla, Godzilla. Just the full movie fan film, 4th of July special. I really like this one. I like that War of the Worlds music, man. I liked hearing that. I love that movie. Not enough credit. I like how you utilize that music. I like the sky. I like the backgrounds. Like your main thing here was the backgrounds. The sky looked believable. The mountains. Some of the special effects look pretty good. And I'd say to fix some of these explosion effects, I'd say get Footage Crate. For any of you, get Footage Crate. Put in footagecrate.com. Get there. I think it's like make an account, but like don't register. Like don't pay for it. That's what I used to do. And you can only get 5 effects per day, and they got plenty of good explosions there. Not the best, but they work for what you're doing here, and I just suggest that. If any of you guys have questions of how to do these certain things, these advice I'm giving you, just put them in the comments below and I'll answer them. But I like this one. I like the Godzilla 54. Once again, miniature models. You made your own building to look pretty nice. You printed out probably on Google the images of like the building textures, but they worked, and some of the buildings look crumpled. overall, nice job. Hello, back again. Now let's get on to the actual 6 winners of this competition. The people that matter. Now on to the winners, ladies and gentlemen. We got a Godzilla King of the Monsters Final War Stop Motion. This is by MINETURTLE Animations. I think you've been in this contest before. I remember your name. I think we might have talked before in the comments. But he did this King of the Monsters. Just take the 4 monsters of King of the Monsters and make a stop motion out of it. Added a few more in there like Mechagodzilla. I like this one. This was really fast paced. Energy was high. You get the audience's attention. That's why this probably has 200,000 views. Nice job on that. Some of the effects, the explosions, I've seen those green screen explosions on YouTube. I don't recommend those. Once again, I recommend Footage Crate. You won't get any of that green in there when you key it in, so I highly recommend those. This is plop and play when you download them from there. I noticed you getting the Super MOOREZILLA building design. It's like, man, he's like inspired a lot in using, because I've seen that building design in so many fan films. So I'm glad to utilize that. It's some pretty good building designs. I think what it misses a little is a lot of depth to the set. I'd say get a bigger table. I don't suggest those buildings. I forgot what was it. It was like from the Jack's Pacific buildings. I don't recommend those. I'd say honestly, just get these flat cardboards, print out the building textures, paste them on there, and if your set's far away and you put them in the back, it'll look like a city surrounding it, because you see the sky is flat. Because you see on the horizon of your sky, it's too close. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of depth there, so I highly suggest that. I'd say we're just as strong as stop motion and sound design. Your sound design is pretty good. A lot of layers of sounds, explosions, music, and all that, so nice job, MINETURTLE. WHALEZILLA has done some pretty remarkable things, and this is just another remarkable thing, but not a just, it's a good one. It's Godzilla Long Live the King. He kind of has inspiration from the Kaiju Legends, that kind of old Looney Tunes-esque vibe with these monsters. Your lighting is spectacular. That is your best thing, man. Everything meshes together, especially with the raids again, black and white, like iceberg setting. And their green screen, blue screen, whatever it is, environments, you're good at meshing things together. Lighting especially. Yeah, a few glitches here and there in some of the green screen, but it works. I'd say maybe spend a little more time adding a little bit of the shoreline, or the meshing the transparency of Godzilla from the water to coming out. I'd suggest adding like the white line of white bubbles, like add something like that in. Sound design, Big Pippy. Everything Big Pippy. SHIN Godzilla 1987. He made WOLFMAN vs. Godzilla stop motion. I really like this one because the main reason I really like this one is because it feels authentic. And that's probably because he used the audio from, I think, that released leaked Godzilla vs. WOLFMAN audio. But the sets, the way you frame everything, that is the show of framing. These wide shots with the human characters, and almost badly green screen with the Toho, the suits in the background. Film, but the stop motion worked. I like the mountains. I think this one has one of the more nicer sets. I'd say change the direction of the light a little towards the subject and away from the sky if you really want that night sky look. Or just dim the light down, add a filter over it. Any piece of cloth, just don't burn your house down. Just so the light is a bit flooded on the subject. I don't know, maybe you don't want to dirty up your figures with fake blood. That's why it looks like you use like real meat. I'm not sure what you did there, but I'd say go to Party City, get those little bottles of fake blood. I get you don't want to dirty up because the Wolfman has fur, you know, you don't want to damage that, but it could work. But I like this one. You guys should check it out. It's something I really haven't seen before, the Wolfman character, so I liked how you utilized them. See, now I'm getting to number 3, and I look at my list and I'm like, I want to put this number 1, and then I watch the second one and I'm like, I want to put that number 1. So like, it is tough, guys, but number 3 goes to GAMERA, SH MONSTERARTS, and Call of Duty Mega Block Stop Motion Animation. Man, that is a title. I'd suggest, like, just stick to your guns, trust the people, they'll watch this, don't make this title overly long. But it goes to Alexis Gutierrez. I butchered that name most likely. I like this for many reasons. I'm just going to point them out. Really specific things too. I like how Gaios eats people in this movie. You get the stop motion of it eating a little person, and it cuts and then you put a blood effect. I know you can't do practical blood effects. It's really hard doing that. But for what you had, it's really good. The practical effects, special effects, Footage Crate, I can totally tell you use some of those. But I like the buildings. It looked like you spent a good amount of money on those buildings. Those are solid buildings. I wish I could get some of those. You gotta link me to some of those, man. This one definitely had the best city set. The colors pop out. That's something I really noticed with this really clear. Damn, I like this city set, man. gotta link me to some of the stuff you got, man. This is great. I've actually rewatched this one probably about twice. It's just entertaining, really. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't have any complaints with this. I guess really it's just tracking the effects better and meshing it with the backgrounds. But really, man, this is solid work. I like that. I'm looking at that Kiryu end credit scene or whatever it is with the lab. Like that is a pretty good set. Number 2. Man, you were very close to number 1. I would have loved to put you with number 1, but I can't. I gotta stick to this contest. But it is MOOREZILLA's Godzilla 2185. It's a fan film with scale. It has so much scale. And by scale, I mean the cinematography. The monsters actually feel big in this one. The stop motion, the camera angles move over, up and down when the monsters are fighting. I feel like I'm watching Pacific Rim. The nighttime looks like nighttime. The daytime looks like daytime. I say maybe for the daytime, kind of look like blue paper blanket kind of thing. I'd say everyone get those like wooden boards I get. Just paint them, take your time with them, paint some skies, like dry brush the skies in with white paint. The music complements the scenes. Like Christ, I'm looking right now, the Lego figures, the mouth actually moves. You pass me. The mouths of my figures don't move. The cinematography, the lighting. I love that red lighting with the attack on Godzilla. That was really nice. Damn, man. Good job. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to present the final award in this letter. So let's get down to it. The nominees are Richard Manzo for Arby's Boy.
No, the kids are fine, you know? I mean, he lived on just the other side of town. I couldn't say no, he was so close.
Chris McLaughlin for Rock 17.
Hurricanes
And NDK Films for Shin Godzilla vs. Evangelion. Okay, and the winner of Kaiju Oscars 2020 is NDK Films Shin Godzilla vs. Evangelion! This is the 3rd nomination for NDK Films and his 2nd win, the first being for Godzilla vs. GUTIERREZ. There's a mistake. NDK, could you just sit down? There's a mistake with Best Picture. NDK, sit down. NDK, sit down! NDK, sit the fuck. NDK was going to win the Best Picture, but no. Guys, there's a mistake. It's actually DINO KAISER. You won Best Picture. Godzilla vs. BAGAN. I really want to push this one, guys. He made his own puppets. The Godzilla and BAGAN. They're his own puppets. He made them. He always does these. I checked this channel. He does it with all the monsters. The cinematography, the light, the sun, that nice sunset shot, the music, the angles, and just purely how the animals move. This one has the most realistic moving kaijus out of all the contests. Realistic blood, realistic skies, backgrounds, sets. I really like the practical sets. You use your own fire, your smoke. This guy lit his own tanks on fire. When the atomic bread hits BAGAN, he put fireworks underneath that, and you see the sparks and everything. It all looks authentic. You made a simple house structure, and I love the way that got destroyed. Usually in fan films, the buildings just topple over like that. But in this one, I really liked how it broke in pieces, like a building should. Take advice from DINO by watching this fan film. You get a sense that everything gets smaller and smaller as you look farther back. The trees, he breaks off smaller foliage and puts it on the mountain. So you get a sense that everything gets smaller as you look farther back. And that is something I really took into consideration. This is a true monster fight. solid fan film. Watch it. I do this not to say you laws, but to watch something and get some advice, even out of the people who make this stuff. I will get in contact with you, Dino Kaiser. We'll talk about it, and we'll deal with all the shipping issues. And that is why this is my favorite fan film of 2019. But that's subjective. Who cares? This is my opinion. You guys decide. This is just really my favorite fan films of 2019. So that is it for my time. Let's switch over to this arrogant buffoon. Well, thank you guys for visiting the Kaijuzilla621 3rd Annual Kaiju Oscars of 2020. We're going to have one next year when the time comes. Thank you for visiting. Like, comment, and subscribe. And get the